One of the gists I came away with in the readings was calculating the audience without understanding who will pay money to access that audience is a mistake. How do you calculate the audience? Is it through clicks? Is it through eyeballs? How many clicks equate to a sale? How many eyeballs equate to a sale? Then understanding who will pay the money to access that audience. I think you really get down to a bottom line and understand who your purchasers are. For me, my key purchasers are key partners, animation colleges, universities, schools, post-secondary schools. Another part of the reading in the Startup Owner's Manual that I came away with, understanding my purchaser, is day in the life of your customer. What do they do all day? Really profiling out who your customer is and what drives them, and what do they need in your business to help ease their frustrations. This is where I gained my first interview from directors of admissions. I have a few friends in the field still, some former, some still in there, and I had the privilege to interview one of my good friends and colleagues, prior colleagues, who was a director of admissions for an animation school. As I gave the pitch to my good friend Cheryl about lead generation and what would have her buy leads, she mentioned that she'd be more than willing to buy leads that are 85 to 95% most definitely. Cheryl was kind enough to go through some price points, listing that she had spent $10,000 on a list of 500 names once, only expecting a 1 to 2% conversion on the list. She mentioned briefly that they didn't even reap that on their list at all. Then Cheryl went on to mention that more specialized schools they're harder to find lead gen sources. My thought then was, the more specialized you are, in your lead generation format, a higher ROI you can offer them. Towards the end, we went through a series of qualifiers and we talked a bit more about those conversion factors. Some sites, they let you post on their site your ad, and they qualify people who go to that site. Maybe they need GMAT scores, maybe they need GRE scores, and they're looking for a school with what you're offering. So there's many different lead qualifiers, and she mentioned a price point of $2,000 per each lead qualifier or indicator. The last bit of advice I received from my friend Cheryl was that to start lead generation company for animation schools, very niche and specialized. That's what they're looking for. Prove to others through offering free services to a particular school in which to have them gain the leads that I have generated for them and have them as a believer that they will convert from 85 to 95%. This interview really helped me understand a little bit more of the day in the life of a customer segment, what they do or what they worry about all day and their experiences. The second interview was with recent graduate Eric Tran. He mentioned to me that he would be more than willing to be part of a counseling service that also offered career services. I asked Eric what he would like, if he had a wish list, what he would want in a counseling service. Eric wants honest critique, not just the glitz and glam of animation, but he wants to understand these industries. He wants a constructive student network so that they can feed off each other and give each other critiques on their demo reels. He also wants to be educated on the industries, good or bad. He wants to understand what he's getting into and when he does get a job, what to expect. I asked Eric the question, would you pay for this service? He mentioned, yes, I would be more than willing to pay for this service if it incorporated that professional touch from professional animators. My final interview was with a current student of 17 years of age going to high school who's interested in animation. His name is Jet, and he goes to a school, Monte Vista Christian School. He mentioned that he would be interested in a counseling service, not for paid premium. He mentioned that it seems a bit boring for him to have to jump into a counseling service, but if it had the goodies of maybe some lessons, some learning, and some entertainment video, that he would be willing to play a part in it. He mentioned that Would definitely be a venture he would want to his parents to talk about. This is one way to find out more about these industries. Through this brief interview, I understood that I feel that it is really imperative to go to the parents with this sort of counseling service. All in all, I would have to say that the outlook of my business model has not changed much. I think it's just been a little more clarified, and there has been a little change and an ad here and an ad there. I'd like to say career services ad as a revenue stream, paid for career services. Also came to the understanding after the interview of site ads. Maybe I can have people pay to be on my site if it grabs that many eyeballs or that many clicks. This has been my second iteration of my business model. I hope you enjoyed it.